We'd like to now invite Ambassador Abiodun Olaniyi, Executive Director, AgriQuest Africa Network, to introduce us to the Nigeria Agro Logistics and Cold Chain Summit. Ambassador Abiodun Olaniyi, please, you are welcome. Let's put our hands together for him. Ambassador Abiodun Olaniyi. Thank you.
Good evening, all. Good evening, all. I think we make it snappy. The time is fast spent, at least the time we intended. Please, I just want us to just stand up a little bit. Can we just stand up? Please just put your bags down, your books down. Okay? Just follow me. Thank you. Sit down. Okay. I want to really thank everybody. It has been an awesome moment. We won't take your time, though we'll have do a lot of justice to this, but bringing this into Nipoli, and I think it's going to be a lot of difference. This is a very critical topic, agro logistics and cold chain, because this has been an impending topic. And if you find out that what have been causing our post-harvest losses, many of us, in terms of our, along the value chain, the kind of losses that have been really happening, looking at the freshness of our products, taking it from one point to another. And when we talk about logistics, some people look at whether you are talking about a brick trailer alone. With your small keke, you are also involved in logistics. In every form that you are moving from one point to another. So we have basic challenges. So before I go ahead, I have to call some of my colleagues that we have here, that we are going to do justice to this session. May I have this pleasure to invite Miss Peace Effiong, that's from Grower Choice. Peace Effiong, Grower Choice, Burlington Cargo. Please give her a round of applause. It's not easy to stand up here. The next person is Miss Barakat Badmos from Eja Eyes. You can see that name is so unique, Eja Eyes. Give her a round of applause, please. Please, just go. Please. Make it that the time is not on our side. So, when we talk about agro logistics, there are a whole lot of stuff, because this topic is not even for a day that we to handle this, but we try our best to work within this time range, because we know we have been here since morning. Now, there are a whole lot of problems. You as a livestock farmer, how you need to understand this, because from our last speaker, we saw the areas that he highlighted, whether you're looking at the supply chain and looking at the area of the logistics, because we found that these are the areas where you have the problem. Now, let me give an instance. Now, look at the cattle being carried from either, you see from Kano or from Kaduna, Jigawa, before it gets down to Lagos or get down to Ibadan. You look at, in terms of the freshness of the cow itself. Because what we are talking about now is not just eating the food, but talking about nutritious food. I can see that agro-logistics and cold chain plays very important role. How do you have a freshness from that, from the origin and then to the last mile? How do you get your product fresh? Even all the meats we have in the market, a lot of them would have tuberculosis. And you see, let me use a country like Botswana. Botswana, you see where they have different cars, because they have really taken time to master this. Go to South Africa. We are not eating. Look, you go to the abattoir. At times I wonder that, is it this kind of meat I eat? Because from that end, you find that a lot of things have happened. You see a lot of flies and all the rest. So now, because we are getting to that level, the issue of traceability, we have to get our logistics right, our cold chain facilities right, because this also contributes to our healthy lifestyle. I won't want to take much of the time. Our panelists will be giving just a brief so that we'll be able to do round up within 20 to 30 minutes. We'll be able to round up with this. I will start with Mrs. Effiong. She will tell us about Agro Logistics on our own part, what our own view and what our company is also doing along this in terms of solving the challenge, mitigating against the challenges that we are facing in the area of agricultural logistics. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would love to speak on two aspects. That's the regulatory compliance and the we cold chain systems. On regulatory compliance, for about 3 years ago, the logistics business has been very difficult for exporters and agro product producers, especially those who are shipping out of Nigeria. So we will be battling for a long time with the Port Authority and Exports Council and SON and the rest. So we came up to a solution. The MPA, the Exports Council, came up with a solution to find and build what we call export processing terminal. Now, what is export processing terminal? It's a terminal a place where you do your stuffing, and you have all customs, all agencies there for you to do your processing and take your container to port. Why export processing terminal was created is because of the loss we have in the logistics system. A lot of agro products got spoiled on the road, and people find it difficult to do businesses. And I have experience as well. I have a lot of losses, especially cashew nuts and dairy foods. There was a time I export dairy foods to Angola, and the product got spoiled on the road due to, before it gets to the port, it was another thing else. So I lost some money, but I didn't give up. I intended on being part of the system of change, changing the old system. Now, how can you, as a livestock producer or a livestock farmer, grow in the system? It's by logistics. You cannot sell if you don't take it to the market. Am I right? You cannot grow and try to sell to other countries. People think that we cannot export live products. Recently, I think last 3 months ago, Nigeria come in trade with Dubai and Saudi Arabia to export livestock, fresh meats, for you to know how far we have gone. So you see that Nigeria is looking livestock as if it's not a means of we surviving. Agriculture is the best. We can't grow as a country without agriculture. And livestock is also part of it. So you have meat, you have poultry, you have anything you can export. There is an open door. So that was why the government came up with export processing terminal, where you can bring this in and as fast as you can export. So how do growers' choice come in? In the logistics, let me see how growers' choice come in. I see the challenges we have as individuals, especially those who are growing up as little farmers. They find it difficult to compete with other big farmers or other countries. It's a lie. You can compete with anyone if you have the confidence, if you know the target market, if you know your audience, you can compete. Now, in Togo, they're exporting livestock. In South Africa, they're exporting livestock. South Africa have exported 22.5% livestock to different countries: Saudi Arabia, Germany, US, especially US, And why can Nigeria not do the same? It's because of the standard of how you're doing your own product. If you understand the standard, if you understand the compliance of that particular country and work according to it, that is why Growers' Choice bring the process to training people to understand how it means for UK to accept your product, how it means for America to accept your product, and different countries to accept your product. So we group open the door for you, and we're trying to build a smart hub. It can, if you have a smart hub you see in China, it can happen in Nigeria. There is a possibility for you to do a cold chain, supply chain logistics. And there is a solution. So the solution is you, yourself, understanding yourself and your market, and also knowing the timeline you need to sell. Sometimes we as individuals, as farmers or producers, you know you're supposed to supply by 3 a.m. You are busy doing another thing at 2 p.m. or maybe 2 a.m. and you wake up and you expect the goods to be on time. We have difficulties in Nigeria for logistics. Let's look at the local aspect. You want to send a goods to somebody in Lagos. What are you to do? You need to understand, one, traffic. Is there a traffic that day? Secondly, how soon the person wants the product. Because your customer doesn't wait for you. You should know that. And the road doesn't wait for you. So understanding the road and where you're going and your customer matters. So the faster you understand yourself, your timeline, your customer, makes you sell as fast as you can. So logistics may be a barrier. In sometimes you think traffic is a cause or problem, but it's not a barrier for you to sell. Because when you understand your terrain, your environment, your customer, and what you are doing, you will really sell. So Growers' Choice helps you to understand the market, the buyer, and the product. So at least what I can explain more in logistics, as if anything, you can think, you can ask anything. Thank you.
Thank you for a round of thank you. Please give her a round of applause, please. So I think she has done a lot of justice. The key point there is know your onions and your distribution network. How do you construct or put up your navigation strategies in the area of your livestock, and also the export potential. So not only in Nigeria alone, also you should look at globally. So we listened to Ms. Badmos to talk about the cold chain. I think they have some little experience for smallholders. From end to end, what are the potentials for livestock farmers? And just case studies and success story, if there is any. So just in 10 minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Barakat Badmos. I'm here to represent Ejahais Nigeria Limited, a solar-powered refrigeration and cold chain service company, where we build infrastructures that addresses the power deficit in the cold chain industry. So what this means is that we have infrastructures that cut across the aggregation sector through logistics to the retail section. Why do we need these infrastructures? In Nigeria, we are blessed, we are facing a paradox at the moment. So on one hand, we are blessed with agricultural abundance, abundance of agricultural potential. While on the other hand, we are constrained by the inefficiency in the way these products are being stored, distributed, and transported. So because of this, we are recording substantial amounts of loss of over 40% post-harvest loss. Most times, farmers do not really have the required infrastructures to preserve their product after processing. I mean, why would you rear a livestock for a couple of months and you just tend to sell out? You can't process on your own. I know not everybody can be a processor, but I'm telling you that now that it is easier or more profitable to be in the processing sector than just to rear and sell off. So when you are in the processing sector, you are adding more value and you are selling more value of what you are into. So you understand the lifespan of your product, right from the rearing time, the amount of the kind of food you feed your livestock till the processing point. So when you have this infrastructure and you are not having to face power deficits because of the epileptic power supply that we have at the moment, it's going to lead to increase in operational costs, and that boils back. It goes down to the cost of each product, which is strengthening our food security. So how do we address these problems without creating much more larger problems? That is why we came up with these infrastructures. They are solar powered. They are being powered by renewable energy. We have solar-powered cold rooms. We have solar-powered cooling tricycles and van for logistics. Those that do intra-state for your stop-to-stop distribution. And those that are, the van helps to convey your goods from the farm to your processing plant or to your distributor stores, maybe interstate. Then we have the freezers that helps you to keep your product at that same temperature till the final consumer arrives to pick them up. What has this done? It has helped us to reduce up to 45% of post-harvest loss. These kind of infrastructures are very, very important. You can't run a processing plant on diesel and be expecting the adequate amount of profit. It's going to strangulate you operationally. Fine, you might think the upfront costs for solar-powered infrastructures are high. Technically, they are higher than the conventional one. But one thing this gives you is it is higher when you are trying to procure. But the moment you are done procuring, the asset is yours. The operational cost is up to zero. Quote me anywhere. Because once you have your solar system running, you don't have to be worried about getting diesel to power your system. You don't have to be worried about, okay, what is going on here, what is going on there. All our products, they have temperature control device. That's the remote monitoring device, such that from anywhere you are, you have operators handling your products for you. They are able to do that, and from any point in time, at any point in time, you are able to monitor the temperature and the location of your products. With this, you have a level, some kind of confidence in the kind of product or the service that you render. You understand that your products are maintaining the required temperature from the initial point of aggregation to the final point, till it gets to the table. And this is very essential to retain the quality of the kind of product that you sell into the market. Another thing is, once you are a processor, and you have a solar-powered cooling infrastructure to deliver your product to stores, it's kind of expand your reach. It doesn't limit you to just the mom and pop stores. It expands your reach. You are able to deliver to the likes of ShopRite, because they would not allow you to bring in products without a cooling infrastructure. So it kind of expands your reach and allows you to have more, earn more, to be more profitable. So these are the ways we have been able to, our infrastructures have been able to reduce post-harvest loss. Another thing that we do is we have financial partners that helps in the acquisition of this product. So you don't have to have the money at once, that you want to just drop the whole money and you be thinking of it being financially strangulating for you. So they help you, they help you to ease the procurement cost. So amidst that, another thing I would like to talk about is our cooling as a service model that we kind of render. So for the cooling tricycle now, we offer third-party logistics, such that we give the rider, we train the rider, we own the rider, not own, sorry. The riders are our staffs, and we take care of their HR management. Then the assets also are being managed by us. You only need to focus on your own production. So all your energy, don't worry, channel it into production. And once you are ready to deliver, you give us the, you reach out to us, and then we deliver your products for you. That is one thing. So it helps you to reduce your assets. You don't have to be asset heavy. You don't have to own the whole thing before you have your end-to-end cold chain logistics. Also, for cooling as a service, it's a service whereby we build the cold room, and then you bring in your products for storage at a particular fee. So these are the things that we have put together to support the SMEs, to support small business owners in the agri sector. Thank you.
Please give her a round of applause once again. So you have seen the beauty of cold chain, and I can tell you it's a technology that every farmer groups that you can adopt. And I said one thing, it's not just to eat food, but eat nutritious food. Most of the things that have been causing issue of health, most major health issues, and talking about outbreak of diseases have actually been because of deficiency in this, in all these areas. So, please let us be more attentive, like what they have, which have said. And let me ask a question, Ms. Badmos. You have said this technology, like a prototype, talking about the keke. Like how much is it? Because I know that was what was bothering a lot of people, bothering their minds. Because it's like it will be like a Greek. It's unfortunate we couldn't portray some pictures or some videos for them to see. Because when you say cold chain, they are still looking at it, what is cold chain? So I will just want you in 1 minute, please, in the Nigerian language, local language, you come to the level that when people hear cold chain, because like some, it's really like a Greek. Are you with me? So just make it in the language, and I want you to use the example of the keke. With keke, everybody here can set it up. Majority of people can set it up. So just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, so for the cooling tricycles, we offer third-party logistics, and that is at the rate of 150 naira per kg. And the system it can take up to 1,000 kg at once, at a go. So, and for the cold chain infrastructure, it is just basically transporting your product from one point to the other at the required temperature. That is basically what cold chain means.
Okay. So I think, because I know one or two people will have questions, and is there any clarification from your side? In 1 minute? Addition? Okay. Just 1 minute before we round up this session. Yeah.
The addition is I'm opening opportunities for those that want to export their livestock, fresh meats, or dairy foods, and also the opportunity to meet the open global market.
Okay. Please, before you hold on, you said fresh meat. Are you saying that, okay, for instance now, I want to send a volume of meat. I mean, you mean processed meat from here to, let me say, for example, which the nearest country, let me say to Dubai, for instance. How do you think is visible, or what kind of technology will be deployed for that kind of stuff? Because I remembered Saudi Arabia came in some time ago that they needed so much number of meat that they want to get the supply. And I don't think the Nigerian government were able to meet it up to now. I don't know up to now, because I think with the Nigerian Saudi Chamber of Commerce, I think I was with them to work with them on that project. But I don't think, even the Minister of Livestock, it was brought up again. I don't think it has been met. Because what we have on ground, and even is the meat enough for us here? Are you with me? But the question is, what is the workability that the meat will be kept fresh here, from here, down to whether a country, because I think for a flight to Dubai is 6 hours. It's 6 hours by flight. So, and I don't know how efficient is NACO now. You are taking whether their coaching facility there. But I want to ask a question, and I think within Nigeria, what do you think is the efficiency? Because it's very, very important vis-a-vis get to the port. But from your own experience, what do you think the insight? Like for would-be processors here that want to really, deploy whether cold chain or from one place to another, what are the best facilities that they should deploy?
Okay. Let's go back to, let me pick you one after the other.
1 minute.
Yes. On the processing of fresh meat to Dubai, we go by sea, and we can go by sea to any country. We have the export processing terminal, where you bring your goods by reefer containers. So what we use, just like what she said, cold chain, we have reefer containers you use, and it still maintain the same stature. But the process is your processing. The standard processing, you need to understand it so that you can be able to do the exporting. And then on how, the way of how to maintain your freshness within the local of Nigeria from point to point is the cold chain, and also the preservation. How you can preserve and how you can, using the reefer containers. Just like she said, we have, personally, we are working as a company with Prime Next. We're moving reefer containers to carry goods between Ibadan to Lagos or anywhere you want it to go. We are ready for that, and we are prepared to move any of your cargo with reefer containers, and as fresh as, still intact to where he's going. No problem, secured, efficient.
Thank you. So lastly, Ms. Badmos, just give us, on the smallholder level, I will still emphasize on that. What are the nuggets to give to the farmers here? Okay? What advice do you give them from where to start to adopt this technology? Just in 1 minute, please.
Okay, so before I say anything, I would like to remind us that, so the idea behind cold chain is not just to produce and just let go of. So when you are producing and you want to process, you want to increase your profitability. And for you to be able to do that, you need to adopt the cold chain. So adopting cold chain is not something that is really strenuous or strangulating financially the way people think about it. So with the help of financial entities, it is something that is achievable. And you can start as small as possible. So you can have a 1-ton cold room, depending on your capacity to start with. It doesn't really have to be big. You don't have to say, okay, it is until I have up to 1,000 beds, 2,000 beds before I start doing processing. It depends on what your own line of business is and what you want to achieve, and the kind of value you want to add. So it is okay to start small and then you scale as you go by. So, and I would also like to leave you with this. We cannot feed the country without preserving our food. And there is no how you can preserve the food without the cold chain infrastructure. So always have that at the back of your mind, that it is an essential. It is not something that you can just be subjected to. It is something that is very, very essential. And it has to be there for you to be more profitable. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. The thing is, I think we have done a little justice, though because of our time, there are a whole lot that could have been said, but notwithstanding, we have gotten one or two things that cold chain is very essential for we, the livestock, whether as a cooperative, you can acquire this technology, start small, you grow big. I mean, for your cold chain facility. And I want to tell you, there is no way you can hear from a pastor that for you to be successful and for your business to be sustainable, because there is no way, whether you have like, 10,000, 1,000 beds, whether you are doing meat or whatsoever, you need to have this at the background. It will save you a lot of costs. You will not be on the continual mercy of the marketers. That people are not coming around, you just sell below your cost. But when you add value addition, you can be able to scale more. You have more profit. At least when you process either your birds, either your goats, you have a coastal facility to put them in. So on a final note, do we have any question before we round up? Okay, I take 1, 2, 3. That's 2 male. Okay, I would have expected 2 female, but okay, 1 female and okay, hold on. Okay. Yes, please. Please, just 1 minute you ask so that everything can go.
Anyway, thank you very much. My question is twofold. Number one, to our young lady here, could you be a little more definite? This intervention, are you rolling it for patronage, or is the farmer or customer acquiring it? You understand my point? Okay. Is it outright acquisition or a kind of rental arrangement? Number one. Number two, is it countrywide or localized within a particular part of the country? That's number one. My sister here, your services, how is the customer insulated against unforeseen climatic assaults, political situation, or any other challenge that can arise? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So please take note so that you answer all the questions together. Okay, thank you. Please, your name, your organization first.
My humble name is Osagi Agbonta. I'm representing Royal Farmers in E4, local government of Ogun State. Yeah, my question goes this way, because there are lots of challenges when it comes to exportation. Because exporting goods majorly is Lagos State, and there is serious congestion in Lagos State. I've been in cocoa seaport, and little or more is happening in all those seaports, Onne seaport, FLT, FOC in Onne, and Port Harcourt seaport. But I'm of the opinion, because when you talk about standard exporting meat, like beef, for example, beef is expected to be at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and for 2 weeks. So how are you going to make up with this congestion, and how is that possible? Now, for poultry, like chicken is between minus 15 degrees to minus 17 degrees Celsius, and is meant to be for 6 months. If it drops in temperature, bacteria starts to come in, even when it is icy blocked. That means at minus 10 degrees Celsius is poisonous after some days. Now, how do we manage that to export with the way we handle things? I'm of the opinion, and I will use this opportunity to advise federal government to take our coastal settlement, where if you have a center draft of 12 meters center draft of any waterways to be converted to a mini seaport, whereby, and also have these livestock close to those places. I can tell you areas in Nigeria, especially from Ogun State down to Cross River State. I know those waterways very well. So these are my questions. And for my sister, my question goes like this for you. Don't you think by the time a lot of people start to patronize your company, will you not be considering some other people because of the proximity than some other people? Will there be no monopoly? Because, and yes, so I really think you people should have it in different places before you advertise you understand what I mean? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me just, before I think your question, there's what we call the Nigerian, Waterways Authority, okay? And I think federal government is really engineering that, because that's another mandate entirely around the country, you know. And I think this present government is working around that area of the waterways, whereby you use badges to take from one end to another. And I think there's one at Onitsha. I live from Onitsha, from the water one by Asaba. So it goes around. So depending, the Calabar side is a different one. But from Onitsha, I think they are working tirelessly, at least, you know, connecting down to Lagos.
We have issues, like I said, traffic jam, bad roads, rainy season. But with your own livestock, I don't think rainy season have any problem to do. It's not like people that are doing dry products like sesame seed and cashew nuts. So livestock, you have plenty opportunities to move. Like I said, know your targets, know your audience, know your environment. Be friendly with your environment, and also try to know the compliance. Because sometimes the issues of why I have somebody that wants to ship from South Africa, he called and said, the custom stops my product from moving. I said, why? They said, I don't have this, I don't have that. I said, did you do inspection from your farm before you do the export? And he said, no. I said, go to NAFDAC, your own food FDA, and go and meet them, and then they will tell you what to do. When he went there, they give him what to do. Now, time interval matters. I didn't mean he was aware of such documents. He won't be delayed in the port. He won't be delayed on the road. Now, you are going to move from Ibadan to Lagos. What and what do you need? Have it intact. Look at the traffic. And what time does your customer want you to come? The climate change may or may not affect you. And look for a good delivery service that can deliver on time. And then also, what and what do you need to preserve that thing? You have to do it as well. So all those things matters. Political issues, yes, we may have holidays, political issues. I don't really think political issue can really affect us a little bit, although it does, because of policy implementation, which we are dealing with right now, and we're still succeeding. We cannot give up. So to me, political issues does not stop me from exporting. It doesn't stop me from moving my goods. Because they are doing their politics, I'm doing my own thing. So what we have to do is we do what we know we can do as Nigerians, and we must do best. The problem we have with Nigeria is we want to do things the Nigerian way. Let us try to be more advanced a bit. So congestion is not a problem. Now, back to congestion, the one for exporting. Cocoa, cashew, livestock, fresh meat, those are perishable items. And when we are talking about perishable items, the government right now, the Ministry of Transport, I am part of that project, developing the project, the streamlining ease of doing business in Nigeria. Right now, we don't have people from Togo and Ghana coming to Nigeria. You know why? From Seme, as of last year, from Seme, just from Seme border to Badagry, we have about 11 to 20 checking points. I personally raised an eyebrow, started talking. We must talk. Somebody must attack. You must meet the government agencies. I meet Chiefs Council. This cannot be going on. Right to AIG, we move. I'm a member of NATO, Nigerian Road Transport Owners. So, Lagos State branch. I'm also the secretary. I pushed forward and said, no, things cannot be done like this. These guys are not coming in here. Why? Because of the way things are done in our country. Before the guy come in, he's speaking in Sankofran. He say, before you know, they slap the guy. None of them wants to come. So we attack the government on that. And today we are having the freedom that everybody is less. Move your way out of the road. So if we don't talk, if we don't come out, nobody done. And right now, today, we are moving forward. And then on the aspect of transportation, we have different ports. Nigeria have Lekki Seaport, we have Apapa Port, we have PTML and the rest. We have One Port. You can ship from One Port. You can ship from Calabar. But although MPA said that Calabar is not to be restructured, we're still hoping you can move by roads. Right now, there is a rail, and people won't believe it, from APMT straight to Kano. Do you believe that? There is a rail. And there is another rail that the government, I'm just bringing it out, is trying to move from Lekki Seaport straight down to Kojola, and which is going to expand our movement from Sokoto, Jalingo, and Adamawa back straight to the port. Now, it removes the chaos and the congestion on the road. The timeline of you to move for goods, because I know what it means. I'm moving my goods from Kano, Taraba, sometimes to get down to the port. If the driver did not throw the container off the road, or one custom or one other person will stop the truck, before he gets here, 3 days is gone. And like you said, we have 17 degrees Celsius to move. So what I do is, I move from here to here, and right now, we're able to open a branch in Ibadan, I think is Itori, yes, Itori, along Abeokuta Expressway. There is a dry port, and MPA have extended another dry port, Kaduna dry port, Kano dry port. It's working very well. From Kano dry port, you move to anywhere. We have Kaduna dry port, we have Itori. From Itori, the container will come from the port, direct to Itori, and then take you back. So Lekki the same, and we're trying to move forward. So Nigeria is moving forward. We are moving forward for a change. And also we're trying also to leverage ourselves with technology. Technology is going to come up. I'm personally developed for livestock and agro farmers, direct from your farm straight to the market.
Congratulations to all of us that still stayed at this time. We've started since morning, and we are still going in the process. This meeting continues tomorrow, and we are looking at a lot of some important areas tomorrow too, for poultry, for livestock, even for aquaculture, how you can reduce the cost of your feed, and it will increase your productivity that will eventually lead to more profit. So please, the session will start 10 o'clock. Let us start on time tomorrow. We lost 1 hour, 18 minutes before we started, and even in the course of starting, we had some hiccup. That's what is keeping us till now. We still have to go tomorrow and go Thursday. If we start on time tomorrow, we may finish 5 o'clock as stipulated. Our regulated expected time is 10 o'clock to 5 p.m. Please let us come on time. I know starting late today did not come majorly from you people. It came from our dignitaries that are thinking that we maybe African time. Immediately we got 4 of them within the compound. That was when we started. We are already set for this program. I mean, the organizers, even since last week, Thursday, because we have prepared ourselves and we are following it up. Once again, I appreciate every one of us that is still here, and I want us to appreciate ourselves by clapping for ourselves for staying till this time. We appreciate you, and I wish you a safe journey back to wherever you are taking your night, and also a safe journey back to this venue tomorrow morning. Thank you. God bless you.